What's up, YouTube? I'm G Infinite. Today, I'll be discussing the Thunderbolts. A lot of cool characters in this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, such as Luke Cage, Crossbones, and Moonstone. So today's episode is on the Thunderbolts. Alright, guys. So the first figure I want to get into is Moonstone. I'm going to get directly into this head sculpt. Really cool figure. This is the first time that Marvel Legends Hasbro decided to release Moonstone. And in the head sculpt there, she has that blonde hair, blue eyes, and the white mask that you see there. And of course, there you see that, the head sculpt, very serious, Moonstone. For those of you that don't know much about Moonstone, she took a life stone from the Kree. And that life stone gave her powers. We call it the Moonstone. But it was a life stone that she took from the Kree that gave her powers to fly and powers to actually generate beams of light with her hands. So she's extremely powerful, very agile, and very strong. So Moonstone is part of the Thunderbolts now. However, she used to be part of the Masters of Evil with Baron Zemo and the rest of that group, but now she decided to change her ways, and now she's with Luke Cage and the Thunderbolts. So getting a little bit more into this figure, one thing that I love is how they gave her that off-white color. Just looks really cool on her. And then of course they gave her in the center there, that goldish color, which is really cool. And then the hands as well, they gave her that gold. This is a very cool Moonstone, a very updated Moonstone, not like the old school outfit she used to have in the comics. But yeah, this is the Moonstone from the San Diego Comic-Con, and this is done by Hasbro, and this is San Diego Comic-Con's exclusive. Alright guys, now very quickly, I know you guys are probably wondering, why do I have the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure? Is because Man-Thing is a big part of the Thunderbolts. He does not come in the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive box set. However, I just wanted to talk about him a little bit. Man-Thing, very cool. Man-Thing, a lot of similarities to Swamp Thing. However, Man-Thing is Man-Thing. So I'm going to get into it. He was a scientist, a biochemist who was experimenting with the swamps in Florida, and they were pumping a lot of chemicals into these swamps. So Man-Thing got dumped into it. He was shot by one of the people that he thought were actually trying to figure out the problem and come up with a solution. Instead, they were actually not trying to do that. So yeah, so he fell into the swamp after being shot and became Man-Thing. He can absorb actually people, which is really weird. He can absorb people, and not only that, but he also produces like this chemical toxin with his hands. So he's just really powerful, and a lot of people say he can't die. So that's pretty crazy. Man-Thing is a big player in the Thunderbolts, and I want to get into this Build-A-Figure because it's really cool Build-A-Figure. Man-Thing hasn't really changed much in appearance from the comics. There you see the face, and it looks very weird, very green and swampy like, and the eyes are like that red. And then of course over here you see like these big trunks going down, and it's just really cool. They gave him that brown to kind of distinguish the face a bit, and then of course mainly the whole body is like different patterns of green, and then you see a little bit of faded green on the hands there, and it's just really cool. And then you see a little bit more of the nails where he produces the toxin on the hands, because that's normally where those chemicals come out of. But Man-Thing is a very cool Build-A-Figure. Like the fact that they made him with like leaves and different patterns of like that leafy, swampy look. And then if you look a little bit in the back, he's just really massive, and really cool. And there they gave him more of that leafy look, and you could tell that there's a little bit of rips in the back there, and just a lot of mutated kind of feel for this Man-Thing. So Man-Thing, big part of the Thunderbolts, and this is the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure by Hasbro. Alright guys, the next person in the Thunderbolts is Satana. Satana has like these magical powers. She is extremely evil, but then decided to change her ways and join the Thunderbolts just to try to be better, I guess. Satana has a lot of powers, very powerful within the Thunderbolts. Very cool figure. This Satana comes with a really cool cape, as you can tell there. The cape on the inside is red. And then, of course, on the back is black. So this is a really, really cool cape. Like the way the cape flares out on the top here, as you can see. And then, of course, she has like that brownish kind of hair, eyes red, and of course, that evil kind of look. No matter, you know, she's still Satana, so she did come out back in the day in the Spider-Man comics, and you see a little bit of Satana in different comics. But very, very cool. Like what they did with the outfit there. You know, just solid black outfit, but just really, really cool. And then, of course, like I said, she's part of the Thunderbolts now, so she's part of Luke Cage's group. This is Satana from the Thunderbolts San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Alright guys, this is one of the best figures out as far as Luke Cage. This is the Luke Cage from the Thunderbolts, the leader of that group. And he looks really, really cool. Love what they did with Luke Cage. Obviously, if you guys know Luke Cage's story, he was imprisoned, wrongfully accused, and when he got out, he just decided to do good. This is Luke Cage, and one thing that I like about Luke Cage is he is obviously has superpowers, very strong, and not only strength, but his skin is bulletproof. I mean, nothing can penetrate his skin. He's pretty much invincible, and Luke Cage has, I mean, crazy strength. So love what they did with this Luke Cage. Getting into the head sculpt, they gave him a very, very serious fighting Luke Cage. You know, and one thing that I like about this is, if you notice there, they gave him gauntlets on the hands. And the hands look really cool. If you look there, they look like they're actually mechanical, and you could tell that when they start to power up, there's like a little bit of those circular patterns on the gauntlets that you're looking at there are red. And so that's how you know, like, his power level is just like off the charts. Love what they did with the symbol there on the shoulder of the Thunderbolt symbol. Just really, really cool. And then, of course, the gauntlets that you're looking at are silver, and those circular patterns have a little bit of red and white. But the head sculpt, extremely serious Luke Cage. And love what they did. They kept the yellow shirt and the black pants there that you're looking at. And then, of course, they gave him that silver belt with the yellow in the center. And very cool, like the metallic patterns they gave him at the bottom of the boots, just to distinguish those are boots. And he's just really massive, made him really bulky and strong. Luke Cage, just a really cool player in the Thunderbolts. So this is the Luke Cage from the San Diego Comic-Con box set exclusive, and this is done by Hasbro. Alright guys, the next figure, this is a really, really well done Crossbones, aside from, of course, the Crossbones that was dropped before this by Hasbro. This Crossbones, amazing. Love the fact that he came with a crazy looking weapon. But let me get into the head sculpt. Crossbones there has the traditional Crossbones mask, kind of like that skeleton vibe. The eyes are extremely black, and there on the mouthpiece, it looks like almost like it's stitched in. Just really, really cool, very scary look to Crossbones. And then, of course, he has the two Crossbones on the bulletproof vest that he has there. And, of course, the Thunderbolts symbol is right there on the top, if you can see. Just a really cool look, because these guys are like reformed villains trying to do better. Just really, really cool that he joined the Thunderbolts. And this is Crossbones, and he's massive. Looking at his arms real quick, a lot of veins that you see there in the arms, and just really strong. Like what they did with the little knife there on the corner. They gave him kind of like that little knife that does not come out, by the way. That's just a stationary knife for the looks and the appearance. And then of course they gave him right on top of the gloves that you're looking at, the black gloves. He has a little bit of that white there, which is really cool on the hands. And then of course I want to get into the crazy weapon that he has there. That is just massive. There you can see this assault rifle looks crazy. This is almost bazooka status there, machine gun crazy. And it just really cool. It fits him because he's so big that they gave him a massive weapon. There you see it has kind of like a shield, silver shield there. And then of course at the end, mainly it's all silver, but at the end of the gun you see like that black there on the tip, and it just looks really cool. So this is an amazing massive weapon. Love what they did with the little bit of red there on the shield plate that you see. And then of course they gave him on the side over here, there's a button. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that button you can rotate and it moves the machine gun. So it's just really cool on how they did this, you know, and it's just crazy. They gave it a bunch of ammunition there. You see the rounds, the bullets, if you're looking at there, go all the way into the actual gun, and it's just crazy. So this amazing assault rifle, just so much dedication to this actual figure, because they actually took time and they decided to give Crossbones a really cool weapon. Love what they did with this Crossbones. This is from the Marvel's Thunderbolts box set by San Diego Comic-Con, done by Hasbro. All right, guys, so Ghost. This is definitely the brains of the Thunderbolts. A little bit about Ghost. He's a very brilliant scientist, kind of builds pretty much anything. He's the technician when it comes to building things, and also a very skilled computer hacker. He built his own suit that grants him invisibility, and also what they call stealth technology. So just really cool when it comes to this figure. Love the head sculpt. Made it very cool because they made it very clear that he is Ghost, as they say. There you see a little bit of like that a silver pattern, almost like the eyes there, and then underneath it you see almost like those air vents that you're looking at there, which is really cool in the suit. The whole suit is transparent, which I find really cool, with the exception of those hints of gray, like dark gray. And on the sides there of the shoulders you see those straps, which is pretty cool. And then the hands are a gray that go from a clear to a darker gray. And then of course on the boots as well, it goes from a clear to that darker gray, which is really cool. Like what they did with Ghost. One thing about this figure that I noticed, it came with an additional head sculpt. There you see the additional head sculpt that you're looking at, and it looks like almost like the eyes there in front, and then of course a different kind of pattern to those air vents on the side of the mouth, which is really cool. This is Ghost, and this is the brains of the Thunderbolts, and this is from the San Diego Comic-Con Thunderbolts exclusive box set by Hasbro. All right, guys, I did an episode on the Juggernaut already, so I don't want to get too much into detail, but the Juggernaut is a big part of the Thunderbolts. This is the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, of course. So if you want to get this box set, definitely put up the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure with them and the Juggernaut. A little bit about the box, just amazing artwork there. There you have Moonstone, Ghost, Satana, Crossbones, and Luke Cage. It just looks really cool. And then on the side you have the Thunderbolt symbol, and of course picture of all of them. So it's just really a nice box set. So definitely something I would get as far as a collection. And this is the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel's Thunderbolts exclusive box set. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode on the Thunderbolts. Please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. I'm G Infinite. Peace out, YouTube.